Hi, this is Evan Irwin, live from the Richie Proffitt Memorial Tournament, and...
Welcome to the Andy Show!
You can say it one more time, what you don't like. Let me hear it one more time, then have a seat while I take to the sky. Take to the sky. My heart is like the ocean. It gets in the way. So close to touching freedom. Then I hear the guards call my name. And my priest says, you ain't taking no souls. My father says, you ain't making any money.
Thank you so much for showing up. I am so blown away. He told me the PTQ number, and I was like, wow, if we could get like 50 more than that, that'd be great. And then I came here, and I pretty much found out it was ridiculous when I had to park up the way in the lot like everybody else. Pretty crazy. My hope for this personally is that next year we can all gather up and do another charity, sort of charity event. And Richie lost his life due to a fight with diabetes. And I know I have family members who have diabetes, and a lot of people out there do. And maybe next year if we can raise some money for the American Diabetes Association, I think that'd be great. Like I said on the show, I think it shows what we can do. I know we can sling some cards, but we can do some good while we sling some cards.
Well, I'm here to support Richie. He was one of my best friends, and I'm just glad to see everybody out here. This is awesome. Yeah, two quick ones. One, I just met Richie in high school when I was a freshman, so you can imagine walking in at like 14 years old and seeing this guy who's just a monstrosity. He's so big, and I was just so intimidated by him, but he was like the nicest, friendliest guy in the world, and he taught me how to play Magic. But the other story would be coming here to Roanoke one time. We left after an Invasion Block PTQ. It was so late at night. We're driving back. Richie's supposed to help me stay up because I'm driving, and he just keeps falling asleep. He would not stay awake. So me and Josh Beverly start screaming just random Magic stuff, like Repulse and all this stuff. And he would like wake up and go, tap your mana, and he was notorious for like to be driving down the road. We'd be talking, and he'd be telling you a story, and he'd fall asleep. And then like 2 minutes later, he'd wake back up mid-sentence and finish the story. Like, it's just like he just phased out for a minute or two. So it's just awesome.
So I first met Richie when I was coming to a Mox in a Box in Mr. Wayne's in Bristol, Tennessee, and I didn't really know I was going to play, and I had a deck, but I didn't really have all the cards for it. So a friend of mine, his name is Benjamin Franklin, kind of was like, hey, why don't you go talk to Richie? And Richie's kind of sitting there on his seat and doing his thing and trading, ripping off young kids. And so I went over to Richie and I was like, hey Richie, Benjamin told me that I should come talk to you about borrowing some cards. He was like, yeah, sure, man. Ben's a really good friend of mine, and if he's your friend, then I'll let you borrow some cards. So he let me borrow 4 Kakushos and 4 Yosais, which was about $150 at the time. And then I showed him my deck, and I was like, what do you think I should do? And he helped me out with my deck, and then I ended up top 8ing the tournament, and first term Mox in the Box I ever went to, and a lot of good players in Bristol, and it was my first experience. It was really great, and I owe that to Richie. And then we really became really good friends about a year ago, when we were both going through a rough time, with relationships, and I was ending school and about to go off to college, and I would call him on the phone, and he would call me, and we would just talk, for 2 or 3 hours every night. And he's a really great friend, and always there out that lend a hand. If you're a friend of a friend for Richie, he would lend you whatever cards you wanted, and if you were a friend, he would do anything for a friend, and that's really what I think is Richie's legacy.
So Columbus, Ohio in the Grand Prix, it's round 13 of 15, and I'm playing against Aloran with Crack Rocks, which is this crazy black-green-white like rock deck for Legacy that I built for the meta. And game 1 he wins and he wins with a Japanese cavern harpy, and I want to side in engineered plagues, but I don't know its creature type. So I call over a judge. The judge says, "What's the issue?" I go, "I don't know a card's name. He played it. It's in Japanese. Can you tell me the card's name and the card's creature type?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "What do I need to do to get this?" And he was like, "Explain to me the card." And I was like, "All right, so blue, it's a blue and a black, 2/1 from like Plane Shift, I think, and it looks like this. And the judge was like, "Yeah, it's a beast." End of story. Game 1, I played the Merfolk Mirror, or round 2, but I go island, turn 2, Lord of Atlantis off an island, turn 3, Reejery, swing for 3, turn 4, Reejery, untap a land, I don't know, Silvergill Adept, draw Lord of Atlantis, play Lord of Atlantis, untap Mutavault and an island, activate Mutavault, swing for 16, you're at 1 life, go.
That's going to be between all the segments, you know? That's going to tie all the segments together.